Nivadi Patari Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauravakunda Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Just a minute. Just open the window. Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you to our Bhagavatam series, 10th Canto. So it's really amazing that all of you are still continuing for almost more than 1 year. We have done. Started.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes. By Krishna's mercy, yes.
Yeah. So all of you are. That proves how you are all like Parikshit Maharaj, so eager to hear. So I'm not qualified, but seeing your enthusiasm, I also get enthusiasm to speak in the late night hours. This is the time when I generally go to bed.
But it's good, Prabhu. You are going with Krishna Smaran for sleeping.
Yeah. Speaking about Krishna and dreaming about Krishna. So we saw Krishna kidnaps Rukmini. That was last chapter, right? Today we have to see 54.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, 54th chapter. Marriage of Krishna and Rukmini. So, almost in 3 chapters, Sukadeva Goswami has elaborated, right? Rukmini's message to Lord Krishna, then Krishna kidnapped Rukmini, and the marriage of Krishna and Rukmini. Because this is Krishna's first marriage, so it is described elaborately. And later marriages are little fast. The first marriage is described quite elaborately by Sukadeva Goswami in 3 chapters. Yeah. Who would like to read? Some new devotee. Generally, Sudhir, who is Sudhir Prabhu? Is there? I don't know some of the names. Sri Kumar Prabhu. Is there? Would like to read Sri Kumar Prabhu?
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Yes, sir.
Little more down, Prabhuji, the page starting.
Here. Yes.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Chapter 54. The marriage of Krishna and Rukmini. This chapter describes how Lord Sri Krishna defeated the opposing kings after kidnapping Rukmini. Disfigured Rukmini's brother Rukmi brought Rukmini to his capital and married her. As Sri Krishna was taking Princess Rukmini away, the inimical kings gathered their armies and pursued him. Lord Baladeva and the generals of the Yadava army turned to face the opponents, blocking their advance. The enemy armies then began pouring incessant showers of arrows upon Lord Krishna's army. Seeing her husband to be forced under such violent attack, Srimad Rukmini looked at Sri Krishna fearfully. But Krishna simply smiled and told her that there was nothing to fear because his army would surely destroy the enemy in short order. Lord Balrama and the other heroes then began to annihilate the opposing army with Naracha arrows. The enemy kings, headed by Jarasandha, retreated after suffering the destruction of their armies at the hands of the Yadavas. Jarasandha consoled Shishupala. Happiness and distress are never permanent and are under the control of the Supreme Lord. 17 times Krishna defeated me, but in the end I was victorious over him. Thus, seeing that victory and defeat are under the control of destiny and time, I have learned not to succumb to either lamentation or joy. Time now favors the Yadavas. So they have defeated you with only a small army. But in the future, time will favor you, and you will surely conquer them. Consoled in this way, Shishpala took his followers and returned to his kingdom. Rukmini's brother Rukmi, who hated Krishna, was infuriated by Krishna's kidnapping of his sister. So after vowing before all the kings present and that he would not return to Kundina, Andina, until Krishna had been destroyed and Rukmini rescued. Rukmini set out with his army to attack the Lord. Ignorant of Lord Krishna's glories, Rukmini boldly went out to attack Krishna in a lone chariot. He approached the Lord, struck him with arrows, and demanded that he release Rukmini. Sri Krishna defended of Rukmini's weapons, breaking them to pieces. Then he raised his sword high and was about to kill Rukmini when Rukmini interceded and fervently pleaded that her brother's life be spared. Lord Krishna did not kill Rukmini, but with his sword he shaved off bits of Rukmini's hair here and leaving him disfigured. Just then Lord Baladeva appeared on the scene with the Yadava army. Seeing Rukmini disfigured, he gently reproached Krishna.
Prabhuji, sorry to interrupt. It's Rukmi, Prabhuji. It's not Rukmini. It's Rukmi.
Rukmi, yes. Seeing Rukmi disfigured, he gently reproached Krishna. To disfigure such a close family member is as good as killing him. Therefore, he should not be killed but set free.
Okay, fine. I will read this one only. I think this is long summary. So we'll read this one. We'll start. So, so last time we had seen that how I just open the PPT. So last time till where we had seen?
Prabhuji, we basically covered the 4 lessons and then
Yeah, Miss kidnapping.
Yeah,
kidnapping part.
The kidnapping part we have seen.
Yeah. So after kidnapping, what happens? That is now this chapter text. I will just share the PPT. Able to see?
Yes, Prabhuji.
the marriage of Krishna and Rukmini. Okay, let's read that here. So here you see Krishna has given such a nice haircut. So this was the original Rukmi cut with his sword. So what happened was when Krishna kidnapped Rukmini from the that temple. Which temple was that?
Devi temple.
Ambika.
Ambika. Yeah, that was Ambika temple. Rukmini had gone to worship her. That was the tradition. And so when she came out, she was looking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And then she sees Krishna actually there. And before that, when Rukmini was entering the temple, when she came out, that time because she removed her what do you call it, ghungat, to see whether Krishna is there or not. So that time, first time, all the kings there were present. They saw Rukmini's beauty, and it is described that seeing the beauty of Rukmini, many of them fell from the chariot or from the elephants and horses, seeing her beauty. She was so beautiful, like that. But she didn't care for anybody. She was only looking for Krishna. So that was her beauty. And when Krishna sees Rukmini and Rukmini sees Krishna, Krishna immediately grabs her onto the chariot and immediately starts. And when everybody sees, Hare Krishna has done kidnapping, so immediately all the soldiers come into action. And Jarasandh, Shishupal, Shishupal who is about to get married, and he, what must be his condition? You can imagine. So Shishupal, Jarasandh, and Rukmi, their army gets ready, and they started showering such huge arrows at Krishna. And then to support Krishna, there is army of who had come along with Krishna behind?
Balram Swami was there.
Lord
Lord Balram
came. Yeah, Lord Balram. Lord Balram came with his huge army. So he also then comes for help. And you see so many arrows behind going here and there. So this kind of marriage is called actually a Gandharva marriage. Gandharva marriage is, there are 8 kinds of marriages actually in Vedic times. There's some Gandharva marriage and then Rakshasa Vivaha, and then like that some 8 types are there. So this is one type where the kidnapping is done, and that is also bona fide. Because Rukmini also wanted, and then she's kidnapped, and then that kind of marriage Krishna does. This is called Gandharva marriage. So there was a fierce fight, and Yadus came, and then that time Shukdev Goswami says that Rukmini, seeing this fierce fight, she becomes anxious, and when she's seeing such a fierce fight is going on, then she's very much anxious. So that time Krishna sees the face of Rukmini. She is so much anxious. What will happen? What will be the end of the war? If these armies of Jarasandh and Shishupal, they are powerful, then this army, Yadu army will be defeated, and then again I have to go and then be with Shishupal. So she was very much afraid. And Krishna could see on the face of Rukmini that she is so anxious. What will happen? Such a huge battle is going on. She has never seen such huge battles. She was always in the palace, and now first time she's seeing the armies fighting so ferociously, and she's right in the middle. So seeing the anxiety, Krishna tells her one thing, and what Krishna says, that see, don't worry, this army of yours will soon defeat the enemy army. So what Krishna wants to say? Which army of yours? Krishna says, army of yours will soon defeat the enemy
Our army?
Huh?
Because she is going to be the wife of Lord Krishna, so it has become Krishna's army is her army.
Yeah. So he uses the word your. So Rukmini, your army will soon defeat the enemy army. So your army doesn't mean that army of her brother, Rukmi's army. So Krishna is saying that your army will defeat the enemy army. So the Acharya says why Krishna has used the word your, because Krishna want to tell Rukmini that I have accepted you as mine. So that's why he uses the word your. So before the marriage only, Krishna has already accepted Rukmini as his own. Seeing that, Rukmini feels so much relieved that Krishna has finally accepted me. That gives so much pleasure to Rukmini. So that she doesn't care now, whatever will be the result of the war. But Krishna has accepted me as his. So that gives such immense pleasure to Rukmini when Krishna says that your army will defeat the enemy army. So this we see that actually this is the nature of Lord. But Lord Krishna exactly understands our feeling. So Lord Krishna is the only one person who will understand us fully. This is the first lesson we learn. So if we see in our lives, many times what happens that we say to Prabhu, please try to understand me. How many of you have said this statement in your life? Prabhu or Mataji, please try to understand. Please try to understand me. You all have? Only two devotees raised hand. But surely, I think many of you might have said, please try to understand. Please try to, please try to understand. Actually, I said like this, but I didn't mean like this. I meant like this, and I said like this, but actually I meant like this. So we try to sometimes tell our feelings, yeah. But the person in the front, he cannot understand only. And sometimes in a friendship and we are together, so sometimes we feel that only if he says like this, if only he does like this, then it will be so nice. But that person doesn't know what you are feeling, and he may do something exactly opposite. He may not do what you want, and you are not telling, but you have that feeling. But actually Krishna understands your feeling inside. So Krishna is the only one person who will understand you 100%. So it's so nice, na? Krishna exactly understand what you are feeling, what you are undergoing, what you want, what you need. So nice to know, na, that there is at least one person who understands me. So if we understand this, we'll be so happy that Krishna within the heart actually understands us. So Rukmini's so much anxiety was there that kya hoga, and what will happen, and then she was so much anxiety what will be the outcome of war. But then Krishna said this statement that your army will soon defeat the enemy army. So first of all, she was happy that Krishna's army will win anyways. But the more happiness she was getting that Krishna has accepted me as his own. That gave her so much joy. She was hardly concerned about anything else. So Krishna said perfect words to one statement only, which brought joy on her face. So that is Krishna. So very nice to have such Lord, na, who understands our most inner secret feelings, everything he understands. He understands you completely. However, we may try to explain to somebody else, he may never understand that person. Please try to understand Prabhu. Please try to understand. But he will not understand because he is not Krishna. Only Krishna will understand. So that is the glory of our Lord. He understands us fully. And then he will do what pleases us exactly. So that is his nature. So we should be very happy that we are with such a Lord who will understand us. So when Chaitanya was saying that even if we embrace our most close person or friend, so closely we embrace, still we cannot be so near to that person, the soul, as much the soul is near to Paramatma. Hmm. So how much distance the Paramatma and soul has in between them? Very near. Hmm. So they are very near. So even if you embrace somebody who is very close to you, but still that person cannot come as close. The soul, still the distance between the soul will be more than the distance between the soul and the super soul. So that much distance nobody can come close. So super soul is the most close. And as it is said that actually the Paramatma is standing in a position which is like this. On your mark. How many of you have run race? How you stand? While you start a race, on your mark, get set. So yeah, go. So how you keep the feet? Both feet you keep like this, parallel or one behind the other, like this.
One
One
behind
behind,
the other.
Prabhu.
Behind the other.
Yeah, ready to jump. So it said that Lord is waiting like that. He is not standing like ordinary we show Paramatma, but he is like ready to jump. One feet ahead, another feet behind. So he is so eager. When this person, so Prabhupada would say, na, that Lord is more eager than us to take us back home, back to Godhead than what we are. We don't have so much eagerness. So that is the speciality of Lord. That we'll see that how Lord is perfectly understands, perfectly. Hmm. So nice to have such a nice friend, huh? Who will perfectly understand. Hmm. So people of this world cannot understand us. They may understand us 90%, they may understand 95%, they may understand 99%, but nobody will understand us 100%. Krishna only understands 100%. So that is the glory of Krishna. Krishna understands. So when George Harrison had written that song, Sweet Lord, oh my sweet Lord. How many of you heard that song? George Harrison. It really, I really want to see you. I really want to be with you. I really want to know you. But it takes so long. Nice song. With such a eagerness he has written. I want to see you. I want to know you. I want to be with you. But it takes so long. My Lord. And when Prabhupada heard that, Prabhupada said, why is he saying so long? It doesn't take so long. Prabhupada said, it doesn't take so long. Only some years, maybe 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years it takes. That is not so long. After that, we are going to be with Krishna. So like that, he wrote in that mood of, oh, it takes so long. Then I can be with you, Lord. So such a glorious Lord we have. So we should hanker to be with that such Lord. So be in his association. So he knows perfectly. So even in spiritual world or uh, actually these devotees, all of them, they are so eager for Lord's association. So all these boys, cowherd boys, they are so mad for Krishna's association that when they are sleeping, they are dreaming when morning will come and when we go again with Krishna to the field, to grazing. So sometimes in the dead of the night, 12 o'clock, they would suddenly wake up and go to Nanda Maharaj palace and shout loudly, Krishna, chalo, time has come. We have to go to forest. And they would shout loudly, shout loudly, shout loudly. And that time, where is Krishna?
Sleeping?
Krishna is with his gopi friends.
Yeah. Krishna is not there only. Krishna is not there in his bed. He might have put some pillows. You see in some Hindi movies, they will keep some pillow and then put a blanket on that so that Yashoda will know that he is sleeping, but he is somewhere doing his business. And the Gopal sometimes would shout, Krishna, in the dead of the night, Chalo, morning has come. And then Yashoda would come out and say, Arey, jao, you fellows, foolish. It's night, 12 o'clock. Go and sleep. Not now. There is so much time yet. Why you are disturbing Kana? Like that. So they would be so eager, to take Krishna's association. Why? Because Krishna exactly understands everybody's feelings. So who wouldn't like to be with such a friend, such a Lord? So we should be very happy that there is at least somebody, our Lord is there, who understands. So the person who is very dear and near to you may not understand you. Don't worry, Krishna understands. That we should understand. So that is the first thing. So now then what happened? Then there was fight, and then of course what happened? Yeah, there is huge fight, and then Yadavas. You're seeing the screen. This PPT. So yeah, and then what happens? Yadus defeat the opposing kings. Jarasan consoles Shishupal. So what happens? Jarasan and Shishupal's army retreats back because they see that he's quite powerful, and they retreat back. But this fellow Rukmini's brother, he takes a vow that unless I defeat Krishna and bring Rukmini back, I will not come back to Kaundinyapur. That's what his vow is. And then he alone runs behind Krishna. But these two fellows, Jarasan and Shishupal, they retreat back. They feel no. And then can you imagine how it must be the condition of Shishupal? He's so lamenting. He's thinking, my God, I was about to get married to this Rukmini, and now this fellow, this Krishna, has taken her away. If Krishna would have taken her long back before, he wouldn't have felt so much. But he is about to get married, and that time, Krishna takes her away. It's such an insult and such a humiliation for Shishupal. Already Shishupal was so envious of Krishna from birth only. So he had 4 hands, and then the Brahman told his 4 hands will become 2. When
the person who kills him takes him on his lap.
So his mother was trying to find out who is that fellow. And when Krishna takes him on the lap, his 2 hands goes. And then Shishupal's mother tells Krishna, please don't kill him. You are the person who destined to kill. Krishna says, I will not kill him unless he crosses some limit. 100 I will give. If he does cross 100, then I will give. So then she is happy, and Shishupal would never cross 100. But already he had envy from birth, and now in that he is to be wife Rukmini is taken by Krishna. So the envy has increased all the more. And then third was what? When the envy crossed the limit?
During Rajasoya Yajna.
When everybody decided that Krishna should be the person whom the Agra Puja should be done. Then it went beyond his, already from birth he had envy. Then because of this incidents of Rukmini's kidnapping, then it increases. And then during that time, during Rashtriyani, it went to the limit. And then that's why he was killed later. But then Jarasan, what he's telling, to Jarasan, he's telling that so Jarasan, what he's telling to Shishupal, don't worry, see now Krishna's party is more powerful. Your time is in their favor, but later you can defeat him. That's what happens. Destiny. So 17 times he defeated me. Jarasan was telling. But 18th time I defeated him. He ran away. So Jarasan was consoling Shishupal. अरे हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. You had sung this song in childhood?
Yes, Prabhu.
In the schools or हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. In our schools you used to sing.
Second part also is there, no, Prabhu?
What is that?
ये मन में है
हे
विश्वास,
विश्वास.
पूरा पूरा है विश्वास, हम
हम
होंगे
होंगे
कामयाब.
कामयाब. Yeah. So this Jarasan is telling Shishupal, don't get discouraged. Now time is in their favor. See, I was 17 times I got defeated, but I was never discouraged. 18 times I defeated this fellow. And but now time is in favor of them. Later you can defeat. So this is the mentality of atheists. They want to prove that how they are powerful, they can do whatever they want. They have saying on the boards and billboards, na, I get whatever I want. Like that, some such kind of atheist I have seen many times, and when you go out, this kind of atheist, they say we are so powerful. What is the need of God? Me, Marathi, and I am standing on my own legs. I don't need God. Science, that one video I had posted on YouTube about this how God exists, and like that one video there. So and somebody in the comment said that for God marks 0 and for science 100 marks. So these fellows who are atheists, they have so much faith on science and so much faith on their ability that they don't feel any requirement for God. What God can do? Why there is need of God at all? So there is like mentality of Jarasan and Shishupal. Jarasan is saying, so what? You are defeated now, but get up and fight again. You can win. What is the difficulty? So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur actually tells the story of a person who actually who wants to spit at the sun. You heard the story? Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur.
Guru, was he advised to lie on his back and spit upwards? Something like that?
No. He wants to criticize God, and he wants to, he wants to condemn God and not believe God. So this fellow, it's like one person wanted to spit at the sun, and like contaminate and criticize the sun. So he spits at somebody when you want to, condemn him. So he went, and so Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, tells the story that he went and he saw the sun and he spitted at the sun too, like that. So what must have happened by that?
It came to him on his face back.
Yeah.
Gravitational force. To come back to him.
It fell on him only. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says these atheists are like that. They want to break the laws of nature, or they want to condemn Lord, they want to criticize Lord. But finally, they only have to bear. They are only criticized. Finally, they are dead. They cannot do any harm to God at all. What can a person sitting, he can do harm to sun? So these proud atheists, they say we are so powerful, we have such ability. But finally, if you see such circumstances come in their life, they have to come down on their knees. And then such circumstances come, and then they realize that how powerless I am, and I am so insignificant in front of the material nature. What to speak of the Lord, who is the master of that material nature? So, yeah.
Prabhuji, Srila Prabhupada, in one of the lectures, he mentioned that some of the so-called people who claim themselves as God, when they have a toothache, they go running behind to the dentist.
Yeah, that's true. So can you imagine? Sometimes these people, they're so proud. When we sometimes go to distribute Bhagavad Gita and they say, no, they feel that these people, why do people God? What is the need of God? I am such a powerful doctor. I have saved people from dying. What is the need of God? They're so proud, but if you see such people in their lives, such circumstances come at one point or the other that they are bent on knees, and then they will actually realize that God, please help, like that. That I have seen. So one devotee was telling he had gone to distribute Bhagavad Gita, and there he met one person, and he was arguing, "What God is not there? What God? We stand on our own ability. I get what I want." Like that, that fellow was the atheist, and he was arguing there is no God. So this another devotee was telling, how can you say there is no God? Actually, God is there. We see higher force always in the world. Even he gave the example, there are sometimes the husband and wife, they unite together where there is no child. Hmm? How can we explain? The husband can, by his power, he produce child. Even though they try so many times, they don't get child. It happens so many times, is it not? So then the person in the front, he became a little humble and he said, then what can be done? What if it happens like that? Then this devotee told that then if he worships Lord and if he surrenders to God and if Lord desires, then he can have a child. Oh, really? And then later when he went away, the other this happened in a college. So other professors who were hearing this, they came to this devotee and they said, "What an example you gave! Because this fellow who is a thief, from 10 years he's trying, he's not having a child." So this devotee didn't know, means he just gave an example like that only. You know? And then suddenly when he heard this example, he became humbled. He said, "Oh, really? Then what should be done if one is not getting child?" So he said, "You worship the Lord and you follow his teaching, and when Lord is pleased, he will give child." He said, "Oh, like that." But before that, so this devotee gave example like that only. But really in his life, he was not getting a child. So such circumstances are there in one's life that one will be forced to believe in the Lord. You know. So it is said, in English, there are no atheists in the dash
Foxhole. Foxhole.
foxhole. Foxhole, foxhole are there in the war. When there is war or like that, then you have to go below underground. There are some holes. You go there, and just can you imagine the bombs are falling and bullets are getting fired, and you are in there in the hole. If some bomb or something falls on your head, you will die. You will die. So it's like there, even the greatest of the atheists, he prays, "Oh God, please save." You know? So these kind of people, those who are atheists, strong atheists, one day they will come to their senses. So material nature will give such a slaps, and then they will learn a very hard lesson one day. So this Jarasan is like that atheist. So in this life he may not come, but in some life they will have to believe. So material nature is very cruel. Like that. So he will teach such hard lesson so hard, and then that finally that fellow will have to come down to his knees. So such atheist, if we meet, we should not argue too much. Let time make them humble. In English, there is another saying, time makes one mellow. You heard this? Time makes one mellow. How can somebody explain? How time makes one mellow?
Experiences, true.
Yeah, there's experiences in life, the struggles in life. They will at some point of time come to know that there's a superior power which is definitely in control rather than this person who thought that he was in control.
So yeah, the kind of we think that I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. No one feels that, oh, we can be so powerful. Later, after experience of the time goes, the time makes even the hardest of the artists mellow. That is very tight. So Radhesham was giving example. Sometimes the child, when he child in the going to the school, he imagines that when I become great, when I grow, I will become an astronaut. Hmm? Because one feel astronaut means flying in the sky, space, and then I will, have so much freedom. And how many of you dreamt when you are in the school that I will become astronaut? Anybody? Nobody? Yes, Sudarshan Vasudev dreamt that he will become astronaut one day, but he ended up in Kuwait instead of going to the space. Yeah, so in the childhood we dream that I will become astronaut. I will go to space, and then as we grow, then we realize it's not so easy. Better then I become some. I become Prime Minister of India, maybe. And then as you grow more, you feel it's more difficult. It's not so easy. Let me become Chief Minister of my state, at least. And then you grow more, then you feel Chief Minister or difficult. Let me become what do you say? That Sarpanch of the Gram Panchayat. In the village, village ka Sarpanch. And then later you realize that is also not easy. So much competition is there. Then you feel better, I be what I am. So one becomes mellow with age. So one initially feel that the whole puri dunya meri muthi mein. Then you realize, no, my muthi is also not in my muthi. So, that realization comes. So here Jarasan is representing such atheists. Don't worry, Shishupal, get up and fight. Like that. They don't understand whom they are fighting against. Whom they are fighting against? Lord, who is the master of the whole material nature, who is master of time. You cannot fight against him. You cannot. So, but he is trying to console his friend, Shishupal. But then the Shishupal get consoled, but this Rukmi is 10 times more foolish than Shishupal also. At least Shishupal gets consoled. But this Rukmi takes a vow. मैं जाके उसको I will defeat Krishna, I will kill Krishna, I will get Rukmini back. So this is Rukmi thinking. And he takes a vow, I will not come back. He's like 100 times foolish than Shishupal. At least Shishupal understood that chalo, abhi to time is not favorable. But this Rukmi goes and then Krishna defeats this Rukmi and then he's about to kill him with his sword. That time Rukmini comes in between and says, please don't kill my brother. He's my brother ultimate. Please spare him. Then Krishna says, okay, I will spare him, but I will give him a special haircut. And then Krishna gives him which haircut? Rukmi haircut. That is the name of the Rukmi haircut. So he's humiliated thoroughly, and then actually Balram comes there, and Balram chastises Krishna a little bit. He's also such a close relative. What is he called? Wife's brother is called brother-in-law. Brother-in-law, right? So brother-in-law, and you are actually this is not good. So Balram chastises Krishna a little bit, and even consoles Rukmini. What can be done? This is the nature of Kshatriya. This is the duty of Kshatriya. Like that. So both sides he mediates a little bit, and then Rukmi is so much humiliated. He stays there only. He doesn't go back to the kingdom, and he constructs a palace there only, and the palace and city there itself where he was humiliated, and wants to stay there only till the time he doesn't take revenge. So third lesson where we learn is a devotee is very soft-hearted. So even if Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says one statement that a devotee actually even prays for the person who tries to kill him. So that is a devotee. You know that story of Kuresh and Kolatunga? That Kolatunga plucks out the eyes of Kuresh and Mahapurna. You heard?
Ramanuja.
Ramanujara's
Tamil
time.
Srirangam?
Yes.
Ramanujara's time.
Kolatunga is the Shaivite king, and he calls this debate. Kuresh comes, and in debate he is defeated. But then he actually asks Kuresh to sign that Shiva Parakram Nasti and like that. But he doesn't sign. So he plucks out the eyes of Kuresh and Mahapurna. Mahapurna dies on the way. But Kuresh comes back, and then Ramanujacharya says, go to Lord Ranganath and ask for these eyes back. So next day Kuresh goes to Lord Ranganath and he says, oh Lord, please forgive that king. He comes, Kolatunga. Ramanujar says, did you ask for the eyes or not? Did you pray for that? He said, I prayed, but I prayed to forgive that king. No, you go and pray that give me my eyes. Like this, you pray, go in front of Ranganath. So then he again goes next, then he is praying, and Lord Ranganath says, yes, what do you want? He says, Lord Ranganath, please forgive those soldiers who actually plucked my eyes. King ko to forgive karo, and please forgive those soldiers also who plucked my eyes. Then Ramanuja said, what did you pray? Did you pray or not? You have not got till now eyes. Oh, I prayed, but I prayed for those soldiers. Ramanuja thinks how to tell him. Ramanuja says, what is it then? What he says? Ramanuja says, you go and pray next day that, oh Lord, please give back the property of my Guru Maharaj which he has lost. And what is that property?
Disciples' eyes.
Disciples' eyes. And then next day he says, oh Lord, please give me a Guru Maharaj property. He has lost something. And then Lord Ranganath gives the eyes. So Kuresh doesn't, he doesn't want his eyes. He's not praying for himself. He feels ashamed to pray for himself. And he begs for, he said that please forgive this Kolatunga. Prahlad Maharaj also same way. He asks for forgiveness and he says that please liberate my father. So I had heard that how one minute, Shankar had told how there is one how there are stages. So in Mrigari, he as is the lowest level, where when he was killing before, and then Narad Muni said, no, don't kill. So he stopped harming others. He stopped killing others. So he's the lowest level. And Parikshit Maharaj, so when he was cursed by Shringi, he didn't retaliate. So he didn't commit violence against anybody, but somebody else is cursed. He didn't counter curse Parikshit Maharaj. He just kept silent, and so that is higher level, Parikshit Maharaj. Third level is Prahlad Maharaj. Somebody who has attacked him is about to kill. So for that person, he prayed. So he prayed that please Lord deliver him. And then highest is Amrish. Amrish Maharaj, he told to Durvasa, to Sudarshan Chakra, that please forgive him, please don't harm him. And he said, if that is not sufficient, then take all my spiritual credits and give to Durvasa, and then at least forgive. Give all my credits to Durvasa. So these are the 4 levels. You understood the 4 levels?
Prabhuji, if you don't mind, please can you repeat, Prabhuji?
So see, Mrigari is first level, where he is not harming others. Mrigari, he is not killing others. And he became Vaishnava. He was not harming others. He refrained from harming others. Higher level is Parikshit, who was cursed by Shringi, and he just accepted the curse. He accepted the curse. First level is he was harming, but he stopped harming. Now somebody, the opposite party is harming you, and you just accept. You don't do anything in counter return. But now third level is Prahlad. Somebody is attacking him, and he's praying for him. Please, deliver him. And fourth level is Amrish is saying, if he doesn't have sufficient credit to be delivered, take all my credits and give to this person and then deliver him. You understood? This was Radhesham Prabhu I heard yesterday on lecture. So you see, Rukmini, as a devotee, she doesn't say, "Arey Rukmi, iske wajah se sab kuch ho gaya, isko maar dalo." She didn't say. So that is devotee's heart, soft. But devotee actually forgives. It said that Radhanath Maharaj says that a devotee forgives the offense before the offense is completed. So somebody might have committed some offense against us or something, the devotee, not devotee, anything. But the devotee doesn't take seriously, forgives. It said that forgiveness is the identity card of a Vaishnava. Gauranga was saying that forgiveness is the identity card. It's like you have in company identity card. So how you recognize a devotee Vaishnava? By seeing he has identity card of forgiveness. Oh, then then he is a devotee. Forgiveness is the identity card. So like that.
Jesus Christ also, Prabhu.
Jesus Christ. What he said?
He said to forgive the people who put him in the cross, nailed the cross.
Yeah. They don't know what they are doing, he said. Yes. Somebody asked Jesus Christ, how many times we should forgive anybody? 7 times or 70 times? What Jesus Christ said? He said 7 times 70. 7 times 70. 7 into 70 times. Not just 7 or 70. So forgiveness. So we see Rukmini here. So like that, our near and dear one or somebody or anybody who has done any offense or violence, we should forgive. Actually, there are things, what we should do is we should forget what others have done bad to us. And we should forget what we have done good to others. What we should forget?
What others have done bad to us.
And
we should forget what good things you have done to us.
And we should always remember what good others have done to us. And we should remember what bad I have done to others. Is it right? Right? What we should remember?
Others, what good they have done for us.
And
remember what bad you have done for us.
We should forget what we have done good to others and what others have done bad to us. This we should forget. And what we should remember? What others have done, good to us, we should always remember. And what bad I have done to others, that we should remember. That is Vaishnava. That is a devotee. So here, Mr. Rukmini immediately says that please forgive Rukmi. Although he has done so much atrocities, but still please, he is my brother and you forgive. Like that. So devotee is always soft hearted. He doesn't want to take revenge, badla. Something like that. You should forgive. Forgiveness is the identity part of it. Okay, so who will repeat the lessons? The lessons. Somebody new should repeat. We have every time same devotee. Who is there? Sadananda Sham Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. You can on your video so I can see you. I only know few devotees by face. Yes.
First one, Lord Krishna is exactly knows what we are feeling.
Yes, Lord Krishna knows exactly what we are feeling. He understands us 100%. Then?
Devotee is self-hearted and soft-hearted, right?
Okay.
When praise.
Devotees are soft-hearted. They don't take any offense against themselves. That was third. And what was second?
Second. Which one is
devotee forgives who are done.
Pardon? Atheist, about atheist we discussed something.
There are no atheists in the foxhole.
Yeah. Atheists, they cannot win against God anytime. So, like Jarasan actually giving encouragement to fight against, you can win Kamina. So, like these atheists, they try to show that they get what they want and they are so powerful, but one day they will be put to by material nature and they will come to the needs and they will actually one day. That is all. Yeah. So these 3 lessons we saw. So that's how. And then Krishna takes Rukmini to Dwarka, and then there is marriage, proper marriage there it happens. And then Rukmi is there as it is. He doesn't go back to Kaundinyapur. He stays there only. That's what in Bhagavatam told. What happened to him is not told. But he stays there till the time he wants to take a padla, revenge. So that's how Krishna is so wonderful. Huh?
What is the place, project? What Kaundinyapur?
Kaundinyapur. Kaundinyapur. So when all of you come to India, we'll go there. Kaundinyapur. We have been there. There is a nice temple in Kaundinyapur. And that place is there where that Krishna parked the Ratha.
It's in Maharashtra, Prabhu, now?
Yeah, Maharashtra. Kaundinyapur, near Amravati.
Okay. Amravati. Before Krishna reaches the border of Dwarka, they encountered. Yes, beginning.
Yeah. Yes. So Kaundinyapur is a place where Rukmini was born and then King Bhishmaka ruled. And then, of course, his place where this Rukmi is in between this Dwarka and Kaundinyapur, where he stayed. He didn't return to Kaundinyapur. It's in the outskirts. So he made a village there. And he said he got settled there only. Rukmi. Okay. So a nice place. I had gone once. Okay. Thank you so much. So next time, what is the chapter? I don't know. Name.
Pradyumna born to Krishna and Rukmini.
Oh, we'll see that. Pradyumna born to. Yeah, that is a nice, interesting story. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Yeah.
Hare
Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. So Darshan was there, Prabhu. Can you give time?
Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna, Chandra
Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna.
thank you very much for making our this 55th Saturday also blissful. Now we will be thinking about the next Saturday evening.
I also wait for Saturday.
Yeah, so happy to hear this nectarian classes, pastimes of the Lord. They are not different from the Lord when it is heard from the pure devotees, small, like and we all heard about your own experience and the kidnapping.
That is, we should hear about Krishna kidnapping Rukmini, not his kidnapping.
Especially lessons, different lessons.
Yes. Actually, we are not feeling to end the session, but it is around 10:45. Going to 10.
Just one thing, this slide you see, Rukmi settles in Bhojakata. This is the name of village.
Okay.
Rukmini doesn't come back. And then marriage of Krishna and Rukmini. So Bhojakata he settles there. Yeah. Okay.
Bhojakata. So thank you, Prabhu.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you so much for your.
Prabhuji, with your permission, Sudhanshu,
Sure.
just want me to add on. I wanted to add a small joke in relation to what Prabhuji mentioned.
His voice is not clear.
Prabhu, there is echo in your voice. I think there is something you are on.
No, Prabhuji, nothing is on.
When you speak, there is echo, Prabhu.
Okay, you speak.
That is from Sudarshan.
I'm not
I
sure.
switch off my mic for a while.
Yeah.
Now it's okay.
Ah.
So basically, Prabhuji, you asked a question to all of us whether did you dream to become an astronaut, right? In the context of Jarasandhan, they used to say people who fail in the CA exams, they used to take the example of Jarasandhan that we can fail 17 times and pass the 18th time.
Acha. Jarasan. Oh, he failed. Acha.
Because
Okay.
CA papers used to be so difficult. So people used to motivate each other whenever we used to fail in the exams. And Prabhuji, in my case, only because of Krishna Kripa that I passed the exam. So I remember those days when I used to fail several times.
So-
I used to regularly go to the Hanuman temple and get Hanuman's blessings, and it was
Acha.
all Krishna.
In how many attempts you cleared then?
I passed my 7th attempt, Prabhuji.
7th. Oh, better than Jarasan.
Better than Jalasan, yes.
That is 17 for Dwapar Yuga and 7 for Kali Yuga.
Don't compare him to Jarasan. He is nice God. Okay.
I have friends, Prabhu, the 4-5 times attempts they had, and there is the good institute in Chennai. From
Acha.
the Cochin, he went to Chennai, then he studied and he cleared.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
Prabhu, come back to the topic. So thank you very
Very
much
well.
for lecturing class. Devotees, the time to express our sincere gratitude to Sri Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu. Let us unmute and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra loudly 3 times to pray for Prabhu to enlighten many foreign souls like us in the coming days.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Ram, Hare Hare.
Vancha kalpatarupascha kripa sindhu